It happened around winter break of ninth grade. Among Us had just become one of the most popular games that you could even play with all your friends. I was on a Discord call with my friends, and then so we decided to play some Among Us. We all got into a private batch. Well, the 10 of us. Well, no wait. It was actually 9 of us. Then some random person who's just named Cold showed up. We all assumed they just guessed our code. They didn't even have anything on, but they had a cracked visor and had the snow bunny hat. We all just assumed they guessed the code, and we just started the match. I wasn't the imposter, of course, and it was probably one of the strangest games I've ever played, because it's when the game got weird. I was doing my tasks when all of a sudden a meeting happened. It turns out, right by the lava pit, one of my friends had found another one of them dead with a snowman. Keep in mind that it seemed like all the snowmen were now just gathered up up by one of the holes in the place of the vents. As I had noticed before, and thought it was just this weird detail. So I decided to start. So I started to immediately. So I started to accuse Cold. They said no. We all voted them, but for some reason it didn't kick them out. I found at least 3 corpses, all in the same exact room, with 3 snowmen atop each of the bodies. Those corpses, I wouldn't really have had an issue with anything, but it was strange how each of them had all died, because they were all in a group together, and I had seen them walk in before I found them dead. It was so strange how they all died seemingly at once. I noticed Cold was walking out. There were only 3 of us left at that point, because it turns out all the other people except me and my friend and Cold had all somehow died. So we both voted Cold, but for some reason it didn't let us. Cold, after the emergency meeting, seemingly didn't care about the kill cooldowns, as he simply just killed my friend right then and there. I assumed that they were a hacker, as that would explain how all of my friends died seemingly at the same time. Though everyone was quiet in the Discord call, so I just left. After 2 days, none of my friends were showing up tonight. After a few days, none of my friends were really, calling me or saying anything. They weren't active at all. I went over to each of their houses. There are mothers or fathers who it didn't matter, but one of their parents answered the door. All of their parents simply said that they didn't know who they were. A few days later, police were knocking on my door. There was a very long interrogation because the police found that in a random field outside of town, there were a bunch of snowmen. And when they investigated, these snowmen all had corpses of my friends in them. As soon as I walked back up to my room, I saw a message. A message made out of ice said, "You're next."